10 ISIS beheading moments. Jesus Christ, I thought you were taking a nap. No, we don't gotta watch this. I've seen literally all of these. But number 1 on this one is fucking nuts. Okay, we'll just watch the first one on this. You smoke weed?
Reports of local flooding.
What happened was true. The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes
Hello everyone. It's been a while since I've been on camera, and I'm not putting my contacts in right now. In fact, I'm not very pretty. You know what else isn't very pretty? Disasters. I mean, that's subjective, I guess. I mean, some of us find beauty in death. But take that as you will. You're gonna anyway. Because I want you to. No, but like because some people were too sensitive. But something just happened that really caught my eye. A friend of mine brought it to my attention. And it's pretty bad, and it happened here in the good old US of A. So if you like things like this, or you've already been poking around on my channel, and you know you're well and disturbed, just hit subscribe already. Go ahead and get some of that uncensored content, join the Discord, premium content, access to that unique iceberg, You can also use my code MOTH and GamerSubs, get yourself some energy. You can use my code PLAGUED on Fortnite. I'm gonna sell myself real quick, okay? That's what you got. You got all that stuff. Hit up the description. Let's go. No sponsorship or anything today. Don't worry about all that. But what happened? Well, a plane crashed in Kentucky. This was yesterday, okay? It turns out it wasn't a passenger plane. It was a UPS plane headed to Honolulu, Hawaii. I already had jokes lined up for that, but I guess not. And it was a cargo plane. So, I mean, they were carrying stuff like mail. But there were people on board. So why am I covering this? You need to see some of the footage. There was a lot of angles, and all of it's crazy. It's like really wild. So we are going to view some of that. But apparently 7 people died. And they expect more. Most of the fires, however, are under control, like the localized fires caused by this event, because after this plane took off, what they believe happened is, because I guess the investigation is still ongoing, as it should, is that part of the engine just decided to fall apart. Now, I mean, there's a lot of videos on TikTok and all that stuff of people like putting, aviation tape on stuff and then or finding it in like a window, and really that is pretty normal. That is, like, you'll find a lot of stuff. Believe it or not, most of those planes are fucking plastic, so I mean, I don't know why you're getting your tits in a tizzy for, but this is not normal. And the resulting firebomb it caused was also not very great. The plane apparently took off with one of its wings on fire, and I don't know. Rammstein just keeps coming to mind for some reason, but I kind of feel like that should have been the first clue if disaster was imminent, but no, they decided to keep going whether they knew it or not. And then disaster did indeed strike. The aircraft climbed to an altitude of 175 feet and reached a speed of 184 knots. I don't know what that actually is. Before making a sharp descent, according to data from Flight Radar 24. The National Transportation and Safety Board will be leading an official investigation going forward. Cool. By the way, this happened in Louisville. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, or I guess it should matter, but yes, it happened in Louisville. Not Louisville, Louis. FAA records show that the plane involved in the crash, an MD-11 freighter, I almost said firefighter, was 34 years old. What about the victims, man? Like, what? I thought this was about the pilot. It shut down the MD-11 program, Boeing did actually, acquiring its merger with McDonnell Douglas, said it was concerned for safety and well-being of those affected, and would provide technical support in the investigation, So, the flight would have taken about an 8.5 hour trip. That's not that, to Honolulu, Hawaii, that's it? That doesn't seem that bad. I need to travel more. Respectfully, of course. Like, if you go to Hawaii, you treat the locals with respect, you don't litter, you're there on their taken-ass land. But I am a believer of world travel with respect, so, I mean, I'm not going to tell people not to go there. I'm also very white, so I don't, that's not my culture, so. Anyway, that's my stance on traveling to Hawaii, I guess. I mean, this event is catastrophic, and I mean, as it happened, I don't know how, like, I guess just in the age of social media, everybody was recording stuff. There are so many angles. There's CCTV footage. There's, you know, like eyewitness cam. I'm just going to pick a few randomly that we view, though, and just watch it, because I only saw the first news article footage, and that was already insane. Now, I mean, there is no gore. However, people die. I mean, it wouldn't be here if people didn't, well... There's been a few incidences where people live in my videos, but it's not often. We all know that. No happy endings and whatnot. This one will certainly did not have a happy ending, and I do give my condolences to the families involved, but holy crap. We're not going to not talk about it. So let's take a nosedive right into this one, huh? This first clip here is only about 6 seconds since the CCTV footage of this. This was definitely taken by, like, a Walmart truck. Or something. The tabs up here really speak for itself. But all right, let's begin. In 3, 2, 1. Plane disaster. Oh my golly gosh. That does not even look real. Wow. That first clip, I mean, that was nuts. And this one seems to be from somebody in their passenger seat just after everything occurred. So it's 3, 2, 1, let's jam this. Baby, you can keep screaming like that if you want. I was annoyed at first, but now I'm just aroused. Dios mío, señor, indeed. God, I'm thirsty. And probably so are, some of that soil from the fire. Okay, that one ended. There's another angle I know I caught. Was this the runway or something? Hold on. Okay, that was boring. This one, not so boring. 20 seconds. First few frames, I'm invested. So, 3, 2, and 1. Got fucking pot, fucking fart. Oh my. Yeah, this is the one from the news article, but just with sound. That doesn't even, that's a horrific looking, jeez. Like, are we good? Was the last time someone just finally decided to, just joking. There's, obviously resulting explosions. Now, it is believed that 7 are dead. There were 4 people that were not on the plane that I guess either should have been or thought to have been on the plane. I don't know, man. I'm not going to bitch at you for calling off work that day. I mean, some people chose to call off work on September 11th of 2021, and that's different. We're not allowed to talk about that on the channel. In fact, there's a lot I'm not allowed to talk about because either A, my channel will be gone, or B, A and 2. Man, I'm representing the American fucking school system one day at a time. But because they will unalive me probably. I wouldn't even doubt it. There's a reason I've toned some things down. It turns out the climate, so to speak, is not so friendly these days for free speech. Oh boy. But we're not here to talk about all that. I want to know what you think about this. This is a pretty bad disaster. And I know it's been pretty lackluster with my content, just teasing premium. Some of us have jobs, bro. No, I've just been very busy with work, truthfully, and just, you know, I'm going through a divorce and stuff. So it's like I have to get my ducks in a row, and a lot of that involves working a lot. And I'm sorry for the lack of content, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. With that, though, I mean, you know that we have December coming up, so Gormis, yes, I plan a full YouTube. I have a whole I have a whole I have a whole plan for Gormis on YouTube for December. You're going to be getting like the 12 days of Gormis and a bonus thing for premium. And of course, we got that tier 2 of my ultimate not safe for life iceberg, Gorgod's Cut. If you didn't see all that, trailer, cool, spooky, sounds, you know. But the content's worth it. Brand new stuff, in my opinion. A lot of stuff you've probably never seen before. With Funky Town being on tier 1, yeah, it's going to be some interesting stuff, right? And that's available now. Tier 2 is already going to be coming up here next couple weeks. Yes. I've set a lot of goals for myself by December, truthfully, and including a podcast. So, I mean, like, we're going to see how all that goes. And, like, I've already talked about guests coming on the channel and things like that. That's not changed. Believe me, I operate in the dark now. That way, you know, I got, like, the only people who don't like me are really gross. So, I mean, just obsessed, though, watching every single move. Every move you make, every breath you take, I'll be watching you. That's probably not even the lyrics. I don't know. I don't fucking listen to the Police. These days, I'm more into, like, Susie and the Banshees if I'm going to go more old music. Like, I fuck with Susie art. Like, that's good music. That's solid stuff. 50 out of 10. I don't care what you say. But I think I've rambled on long enough, and I think we've observed this. I don't really know. I mean, I'm not going to beat the dead horse of a plane. That wasn't even funny. But it's true. I mean, what do you want me to say? Kaboom, plane-tastic, and the people are gone. But, hey, at least it didn't happen in September. I kind of feel, has there been any, like, aviation accidents that have happened in September post? I probably shouldn't even do this right now. Penis. I miss you all. I miss going live. I miss a lot of stuff. But believe me, I'm not going anywhere. I'm doing really well, actually. I'm just, like, tired and busy. But my passions bleed just like people do. So with that, I think I will bid you adieu. I love you all dearly. Stay safe out there. And remember, if it bleeds, it leads. If it explodes, it goes. If it's beheaded, I don't know, dude. Bye.